Almighty God, we pray for all who have been tragically killed in the line of duty while serving our communities, and we ask for your comfort and strength to be especially with their loved ones and our colleagues.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Corey Honey, and I am the Sheriff of Butte County. Each year at this time, the Butte County Sheriff's Office hosts a memorial ceremony to show our respect and eternal gratitude for those members of the Butte County Sheriff's Office who gave their lives serving citizens of Butte County. We usually do this in conjunction with our nation's commitment to remember and honor those law enforcement officers who died in the line of duty during the preceding year. That is a tradition of remembrance that began in 1962 when President John F. Kennedy established the National Peace Officers Memorial Day. In doing so, President Kennedy proclaimed, "It is fitting and proper that we express our gratitude for the dedicated service and courageous deeds of law enforcement officers and for the contributions they have made to the security and well-being of all of our people." Given these very challenging socio-political climate that we operate in and the increasingly complex legal environment that law enforcement officers have to deal with, that sentiment is as important today as it has ever been. This year, our nation is grappling with the COVID-19 pandemic, and recognizing the importance of maintaining physical distancing and limiting the size of physical gatherings, we decided that in lieu of an in-person memorial ceremony, we would hold a virtual memorial ceremony. This virtual memorial ceremony allows us to honor our promise to never forget, even during these unprecedented times. As you know, last year, 146 peace officers from throughout the United States suffered in line of duty deaths. The causes of those deaths are varied, but include violent assaults, automobile accidents, and illness brought about by past responses to the September 11th, 2001 terrorist attack. After nearly 30 years in this profession, I have experienced line of duty deaths from various perspectives. As a cop, you naturally take note anytime another cop is killed, even those you don't personally know. You think perhaps fleetingly if you might someday meet the same fate and contemplate what that would do to your family. In those instances where you were personally acquainted with the officer who was killed, like some of those that we're here to honor today, the death hits much closer to home. Initially, there's shock and disbelief, then grief over the loss of a friend. You see firsthand the collective sorrow of an agency, and you may even glimpse the anguish of the officer's family. And when the officer killed in the line of duty is a close member of your family, the death tears a hole in the very fabric of your life. Everything changes, and you're frequently reminded of the loss in numerous and often unexpected ways. Without a doubt, the loss of a peace officer as a result of an in-line of duty death ripples through the department, the officer's family, and the community. As years pass, though, memories inevitably fade, and some might question why we hold an annual ceremony to invoke the memory of officers who passed many, many years ago. Indeed, some of the officers being honored here today died before any of us were born. To me, the answer is clear. We do this to fulfill our promise to never forget. We do this to show the current members of our department that risking their lives and protecting this community matters and will always matter. We do this to remind citizens we serve as peace officers. We are willing to stand between them and the forces of evil intent upon doing them harm. And we do this for the families of the fallen officers whose sacrifice and suffering endures far beyond the fleeting grief experienced by most others. There will come a time when we are gone, and it will be up to future generations to keep this tradition alive. My hope is that they will understand the importance of honoring a commitment. This year, we will once again recognize those members of the Butte County Sheriff's Office who made the ultimate sacrifice. Pennants with their names and the dates upon which they died are affixed to our flag. We do this in service of our commitment to never forget. They died serving this community, protecting their fellow citizens, and for that, we will always owe them a debt of gratitude. Thank you.
Deputy Sheriff Charles A. Sinclair, end of watch, February 4th, 1893. Deputy Sheriff Charles Sinclair drowned in the Canyon Creek while returning from serving civil papers at Mountain House. A severe storm hit the area as he returned to Oroville, and his buggy was washed away as he attempted to cross the swollen creek.
Deputy Constable Arthur DeWitt, A.D. Minor, end of watch, October 24th, 1934. On October 20th, 1934, Deputy Constable A.D. Minor was stabbed by a suspect. He was transporting from the Gridley to the Butte County Jail. He succumbed to his wounds 4 days later.
Sheriff Alvin S. Kister, end of watch, September 22nd, 1937. Sheriff Alvin S. Kister was killed in a collision on September 22nd, 1937, when a 5-ton truck crossed into his lane, and after the driver passed another vehicle on a blind curve in the Oroville-Marysville Road, 3 miles south of Oroville.
Deputy Sheriff Charles E. Brown, Jr., end of watch, January 28, 1959. On January 18, 1959, Deputy Charles E. Brown, Jr. suffered severe head trauma and internal injuries when his patrol car was involved in a collision with a pickup truck in Oroville. He passed away 10 days later.
Deputy Sheriff Randall E. Jennings, end of watch, May 21st, 1997. On May 21st, 1997, Deputy Sheriff Randy Jennings responding to a domestic violence call and was mortally wounded in the subsequent gunfight with the subject.
Lieutenant Larry Estes and Deputy Sheriff William Hunter, end of watch, July 26, 2001. On July 26, 2001, Lieutenant Larry Estes and Deputy William Hunter were killed during a gun battle with a subject wanted for assault with a deadly weapon and theft of firearms.
Thank you for coming. This concludes our virtual Peace Officer Memorial Ceremony.